Hey, you ready? You ready?
Hello?
Think we're gonna do this? Hello?
Hey.
Hello, can you hear me? Hey.
Hello.
Heck yeah. Oh,
All
it's
right.
hot in here.
What are we doing? Another podcast.
Podcast. Eating donuts podcast. Halloween podcast.
That like
Yeah.
he needs more sugar.
Hey, who's our special guest with us today?
Well, you'll remember this guy. He was in the House on Haunted Hill. Remember we interviewed him one time, and he wanted to drop in today. Remember that skit we did with him?
Yeah.
He's the only one left.
Yeah, he's the last one left.
Everybody died.
Is he going to read cards or anything like that?
No.
Does he do tarot cards?
I don't know what he's gonna. I think he's just gonna
You know,
sport
read the
that
bones?
shirt.
Rich,
Boner. What?
Kelly's texting you that thing she needs printed.
All right, we're only on a live podcast.
Oh, you're live right now?
Yeah, we're only shooting a podcast, but it's okay. Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks for shooting down.
You're not live.
We're shooting a podcast.
I know, but I didn't think you were live yet. You gotta give me some warning.
Hey, we're
We
shooting.
did. We did when everybody showed up.
Okay.
Well, when I get a break, I'll come up and do that.
There ain't no breaks.
I know.
You know, you're in
married
somebody's house. You know, you get interrupted. You
Well,
know.
hey, when in Studio Y.
So what are we going to talk about? We're talking about
Why?
Halloween stuff
No,
and,
that's
and
not, hey,
Ghoul.
some Halloween memories.
Yeah.
Like, remember, since Halloween's going to be kind of messed up this year, probably. But how about some Halloween memories? Like, you know, how we used to celebrate it, you know? Like, Denny, how'd you used to do back when you guys went around in a carriage? And
When, yeah.
Oh, jeez. You can do that. It's a podcast, but we still want to be family friendly, kind of.
Hey, boom.
yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know how to make smoke.
That's
You know how to
okay.
make smoke? You just go,
We still want to be family
Well,
friendly.
you know,
yeah, we do.
I lived out in the country. So, you know, the closest house that would give out any candy was, you know, what would be a couple city blocks away. So we had piled in the car, went to one of the aunts that lived in you know, in Akron, in you know, one of the neighborhoods there. Where
And
we
back
had
then,
all-
you could fit 50 people in the car.
Yep.
Yeah, it's true.
So, you know, we put on our plastic Frankenstein mask, you know, and the little
You
thing.
bought
and-
those little outfits?
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. You know, and just ran up and down, you know, a couple blocks, and mom and dad got tired. Whoever was walking with us, dad usually got tired of walking and said, "Okay, we're done. Let's go on." Okay. So we'd have a nice old bag of
And
candy.
they drive
and
you
that
home
was
with
it.
the bag.
Yeah. Yeah.
We did
Eat
kind of the
candy.
same thing, but we didn't have no adult supervision. They just, I don't know,
Drop
they just
you
let
off.
us go crazy.
Yeah.
Right? Same thing?
That's
we
the
just
same thing,
wandered
yeah.
wherever we wanted. Then we'd switch costumes around.
Go to my grandpa's in Euclid and get the pillowcases. We didn't use no
Oh, yeah.
trigger.
you
We
had-
did a
Yeah,
pillowcase.
you had to have a pillow.
And I remember going out for hours and coming
Yeah.
back. Like, that thing weighed a ton.
Yeah.
You know?
You come back, dump it, and go out again.
Yeah.
Switch costumes with your friend.
Yeah.
Especially if a house gave out the big candy bars.
You remember
for money.
those. Yeah, I remember
you
those.
just switch costumes like
Yeah.
they wouldn't recognize the
Yeah.
same costume. But what'd you do?
Uh-oh.
I had a big old pumpkin thingy. It was plastic, about that big. And
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, what'd you do?
Everybody used to take me out and go down the block, down the block, down the block, and it was real nice because, you know, everybody gave her like hot cocoa every house and
Oh,
stuff.
man. Yeah.
And I think I was pushing her at the last mile because she was kind of.
So,
Wildly
so,
towards the end.
so that coffee
That
wasn't
cocoa
just,
was.
wasn't that hot
That's where I
cocoa?
get it from.
Ah,
I can't remember if there was a
secret's
time
out.
limit back then. Like
I don't
nowadays,
think
like,
so.
Like 2
No.
hours,
just
but-
that you wait until the people turn their
Yeah,
porch
just
lights
kept
off.
going.
It's like, oh, that light's still on. Let's hit that
Or
house.
my dad started cussing at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Now it's like from 6 to 8 or
to
whatever,
8,
and it's
and-
done.
6:30,
You
8:30.
gotta
something.
have-
Half the houses
Do we
they
even
don't even
have it this
participate.
year?
I don't think. Well, maybe. I don't know.
We got it.
Some places
know.
are.
Some
places
are, some aren't.
I think that-
Leave it up to
sure.
community. Do it the right way, safe way.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be a fabulous Halloween.
Everyone's going to be wearing masks, I guess, right? It's Halloween
Masks
anyway.
and masks.
Well.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I bet somebody can make a lot of money. Those old companies, the Cooper or whatever, used to make those costumes. They ought to make those costumes again with a built-in mask.
Yeah, there you go.
These kids put it on and have like a built-in filter in
There
there.
you go.
Well, you
Oh,
couldn't,
oh,
you
don't
couldn't
steal
breathe in
that.
them things
Too late.
anyway.
Too late.
Yeah.
And how'd you guys do it if you wore glasses?
Yeah, that wasn't.
I didn't wear glasses back then too much, so.
The mask went over the glasses.
Yeah, the plastic mask and stuff.
Yeah, be sticking out
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
Well, I tried to come up with costumes that like it was a bum one year, so I wear glasses. You know, the stupid costume.
Yeah, the
What was your
easy
very
ones,
first
the bum.
costume?
Just go out on your own. Just go out.
So
Nothing.
you had to get the corking.
Oh yeah, black guys. What was your first costume? No, mine was a goblin. I had a sheet, and I wore one of those plastic pumpkins they carved out, so I put on my head. The only problem is my parents didn't think of, how any way to stabilize it. So I remember my first one. I go to a house, and I'm trying to get to the other house, and I was too excited to go around the sidewalk. So there was like a little hedge there, and I tried to go over the hedge, and my goblin had spun around. I couldn't see. I fell over the hedge, dumped all my candy out.
Stupid costume. I'm not going. I'm done.
Crying in it.
I don't remember what mine was. It had probably one of those plastic Frankenstein creature from the Black Lagoon or something like that. Had to have been one of those.
Mine was the Frankenstein that I remember.
My mother was an industrial sewer, so I got to be an elf. And then we made
You
a
had the
robot.
size for it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Then we made a robot outfit with the flashing lights and the moving lights and stuff.
yeah, he was high tech back then.
Yeah.
man.
Flashing. How'd you get a flashing?
He was that kid in the area who always had the best, coolest
Yeah.
costumes.
Little sissy.
But
You got a flashlight. I was lucky to get a flashlight.
As long as old enough to when you get to be whatever age, 12, 13 or something like that, and you really don't go out trick or treating per se. At least that's where things were. I know. That's but at some point then, when I couldn't go trick or treating, I really didn't like Halloween. And I didn't really get back into Halloween until I actually started working for Spencer Gifts, and they were selling Halloween masks and that.
Oh, so
And that's when I was
Inspired
all of
you.
a sudden got back into it.
That was a place to go to, Spencer's during Halloween. All the cool.
I'd hit on a mask. So.
Yeah.
And then I was a caveman.
Captain
Took my
Caveman.
grandmother's. God rest her soul. I took my grandmother's
Uh-oh.
coat.
Uh-oh.
Her fur jacket.
Her first, and cut me a loincloth.
Get out of here.
Oh, man.
I think someone got clubbed when you got home.
Yeah.
Grandma's gonna come back for you on Halloween, buddy.
Oh, man.
Then,
grandma?
Then I got taken away, so next year I was Conan the Barbarian.
You used the other part that you cut, right? The other half of the...
No, my mom was an industrial sewer, so we had like vinyl and all this stuff all over the house. I'm like, what can we do?
You didn't do any loincloths? You didn't go Tarzan?
I did the
He
caveman.
did, the caveman.
Caveman with
Yeah, but Tarzan.
Oh, Tar. Here we go with Tarzan again. Johnny
He would look more like
Wise
James.
Moulet. John and Bond.
John.
You should have heard him. He was in rare form on Monday.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was
God, I
good.
was tired.
Is that the excuse you're using this time?
yes, it is. And it's
Yep,
a
I
good one.
missed that
That was
one.
Monday.
When it rains, I got to go to work.
Did you flood there?
No.
Oh,
You said you flooded.
Yeah.
That's what they said.
No.
that's what they said. Anyway.
So anyway, you got some props
Oh, I
over
got
there.
some
What do
of
you got?
these.
Let's
Remember
go.
these?
Oh, absolutely.
Back when you had record players,
Yep.
these, I don't know if you've seen them good, but
I do not have that one, but I
This
did
one
have
here.
that one.
this one here. You know what's cool about this one? I found this out. This one was written by Cherny Berg, but all the voices by Gabriel Dell. And he was one of the Bowery Boys. He did the voices on it. And it's a pretty interesting story if you've ever heard of them. They got two stories on there.
It ain't gonna work. I'll have to take a picture later.
Yeah. But there's one about Dracula, and one is a bunch of scientists have figured out how to communicate with Frankenstein's brain, right? So the guy's brain there, and so Frankenstein is talking. It's the first time you can hear his voice.
Yeah.
And he's talking all about, how he hated Frankenstein and all this stuff like that. It's a pretty cool story on there. So a couple good stories on there. But Gabriel Dell is one of the original Bowery Boys, Dead in Kent.
Oh, I remember.
He did all the voices.
Woolworths for $1.99.
Yeah.
The frame,
And that was a lot of money.
The frame that it is in, $14.99.
Yeah, that was a gift. I got these I've been getting from like garage sales and stuff. If you can find them, I got a few more other than these, but there's so many different ones. Remember to K-Tel? They made like all
Yep.
the K-Tel.
Yep.
Look at Goofy Gold. On the other side, it's Goofy Gold. This one you get too. Horror Sounds of Horror. Or
Goofy Gold. I remember Goofy Gold.
You
Let me
remember
see
Goofy
that.
Gold? Yes. See?
Yeah. Okay.
Goofy Gold. But we were used to get those. But the only one that I could find when I was a kid was that Disney Haunted House. Everybody had
Yeah.
that same one.
Yeah.
With that one. That one yell.
Yeah, everybody had that one.
Yeah, that's the only one you could find. I don't remember seeing these laying around anymore.
All right. Most lame costume you ever wore? Most lame Halloween, or that you went to a party in or whatever.
My mom put me in a dress.
Hey, you've been in a dress an awful lot. I noticed.
I think that's another reason why all that stuff. What is it?
I just saw you on TV last night in a dress in Gilligan's Island on our Gilligan's Island skit.
Oh no, he didn't.
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Hey, I was a great ginger.
Yeah, you were.
I'm not talking about a redhead either.
I don't remember any lame ones. I can't remember.
Really?
Probably the same old plastic Frankenstein and creature from the Black Lagoon.
You
thought they were cool back when you were a kid, but you're lame.
With the mold that they use for the Planet of the Apes, the very first ones, and I made the mold, so me and my girl went as Planet of the Apes with the movable mouth and everything.
You had all the best stuff. We're like,
and
crap,
she was allergic to the spirit gum.
I got my Kmart plastic freaking face shield, and he's got this. My mom was an industrial sewer, so we had.
I got the original mold from the Planet of the Apes.
Cornelius.
Cornelius.
Oh, Lord.
I went as a naked porno star one time, which was not a good idea with a long extension. I thought it was funny, but I went to a party that I didn't know anybody at, but one person that invited me. I reflect on that now as not a good thing.
And that's why they put the T in rich.
Yeah.
Obviously, when you get
Because
older,
all they could see was testicles.
I was a flasher. I had one of those things you can buy, toys you can buy, and I had it hanging out of the zipper, and I had the long trench coat, and I would just go to the Halloween parties in bars, and I flashed. And I flashed a band one time. I just the reaction, because it looked real if you did it quick enough, but it was pretty funny. So I had a lot of fun with that one.
But now you look back, you're like, what was all
No, I still look back and say that was flipping awesome.
The best Halloween costume is one I got out of the garbage over my neighbor's house, and
Yeah, the claw machine. Yeah,
claw
that,
machine.
that
That's
was
a
clever.
good one. Now, one of
Very
these days I
clever.
want to get that back when you're done with it,
I know.
and put it back on his lawn.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
going
telling
to
you.
freak out.
We have to definitely
Put some
film that
Rocco-
one.
Rocco needs to play that skit again.
We have to film
It
that.
actually is a good skit.
Yeah.
It's a good skit.
He pull
So,
out the
Rocco.
good ones. Oh, I sent him hey, the movie coming up. I don't know by this time if this is, but the Astral
Factor.
I sent him our Astral Projection Rejection skit we did on a review.
Oh.
I sent it to him last night. We'll see if he plays it. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, thank you. We're not getting any of my voices at all.
I had two lame costumes back
This
when I
thing goes. Then you
didn't enjoy costumes.
Rich is
So,
sitting
way back here. He's just talking.
And it's backwards.
You didn't enjoy
So
costumes?
I didn't enjoy costumes. So went to a party one time as Aluminum Man. I just got aluminum foil and just wrapped my whole body in aluminum foil.
Yeah, I was always the one where you have all these great ideas, and then when it comes down to it, you're like scrambling for time. You're like, crap! You just throw something stupid together, like a bum.
Yeah.
I'll just put some marks
I'm
and put
working
some
on
old clothes
Then
on.
back in the day of Unabombers and all that, I had some of the old flares.
Find a
So
cowboy
I tied
hat.
it all together like a dynamite, and I was tied it
That
around
wouldn't be
my
a good
chest.
costume to wear these days.
Yeah,
Tommy.
nowadays. it
Nope,
would be
can't
too
do that
far.
now.
No.
Yeah.
No sense of humor in
I
it.
was
Yeah, but
always
that was
one.
an old jacket,
Yeah.
and big jacket, and
Oh, did you have to take your jacket off?
no.
Careful how you say that.
Yeah. As long as the jacket off.
Here we go. Here we go.
I don't know.
Hey, we went pretty long.
What?
Here we go again.
How much time we got?
We went pretty long before you started making the
Yeah, it went
jacket
out.
off jokes.
Who knows? That,
Yeah, you're right about that. It did go a
Yeah,
while
we did go
before
quite a while before
somebody
started
decided
making
to
those
say
jokes.
something.
Yeah.
still record.
Well, that's
Still
cause.
recording.
But Halloween was always one of my favorite times of year. I just love the whole monster thing, the horror movie thing. When I was younger, growing up, the whole pumpkin thing. That was always like a cool vibe, And I still love Halloween. It's just, I don't know.
They don't have the cool stuff to
like.
like to remember. We used to run up to the store and get the wax harmonicas.
Yeah.
Remember those and the stupid wax
wax lips
teeth and
Remember,
everything was wax.
Remember, like they had that thing back in the day where it was like almost like an oven kind of thing. You get a little plastic mold, you put it in there, heats
Yeah.
up, and it turns into like a little monster,
thing
little
maker.
figure or something. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, and I had the goop.
It was like the
The
male
Ghoul.
easy
They were
bake
good.
oven.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Those are great.
yeah.
You make little skeletons and all kinds of little goodies. I know you probably had an industrial oven. And your mother had molds from NASA.
Well, at the oven factory where my mom worked,
My dad worked at Cleveland Range.
Yeah, and he brought home live missiles.
I just loved all
No,
those.
we took my dad's clothes and stuffed them. And then I think it was a pumpkin head or something. And my brothers hid behind the door. It was next to the door. And when the kids came up onto the porch, he had the little microphone that went to a speaker that was in a thing. What are you doing? And he would jump. Then all of a sudden, all the kids are talking to him, and he's talking back. That was a
Well,
good
you had
2
to
years.
build a dummy. It was like, oh, let's build a dummy. It's going to look so real in your mind. It's going to scare everybody. Then you look back at it now, it's all puffy and paper sticking out. Yeah.
clumps here.
The arms are all pinched off.
I can tell you one
Uh-oh.
trick I did one year.
Oh, no.
My dad was a type, he collected everything. You know, if the pen was bad, well, then he saved a little thing and put it in a coffee can, and he'd take the spring and put it, because you'll never know when you might need that. So he had all these coffee cans on shelves in the basement.
Were they labeled?
Yeah, Maxwell's.
No, he just had Maxwell, Soldiers, 8 o'clock. But
Chuck Full
he had a bunch of eye hooks.
Eye
So I was like,
eye hooks.
Eye hooks.
so I started going up and down the street with little eye hooks. And like I said, Mom was an industrial sewer, so we had the nylon string. So I was like 6, 7 years older than all the other little kids. Yeah, I was a
You were
very
same
good
size, though.
influence. Same size, but very good influence. We all the way down the end of the street, somebody screams, now. And I let go of the string. And out of the tree, dropped the dummy right on the hood of the car.
Oh.
And when they jumped out, they couldn't find us because I had that string going all the way down to the end of the block on.
That was
So
you!
if you're watching, that was me.
That was you?
We did it about 3 times. And then that was it. When the cop came, he was like,
Don't do it on a cop car. They will find you.
Yeah, I remember well, this isn't Halloween related, but yeah, me and my buddy used to throw snowballs at cars and stuff, and hide in between houses. And
Yeah, that's a little hard to do during Halloween.
we used to time
Yeah.
it. You know, he said cops and you stop, so we used to time it between the houses. And you see headlights, and you just time the throw. You know, so we timed the throw, shoot, and here cop. Pull right into the driveway. We go taking off. My one buddy just dropped to the ground. He just dropped. Oh crap! I kept running. You know, and of course, cops chasing after me. So I just stopped and took me home. And I swore to God, it wasn't us. It wasn't us. You know, whatever. He didn't believe us, but I was younger, so he left. And then my buddy calls me up. Hey, let's go back out because he dropped down. The cop saw me, so the cop just ran past him, laying on the ground in the snow. And just went after me. So he was like, oh, okay. So he got out and ran home. So, yeah, right. Got busted.
next door neighbor had the apple tree.
Oh, those will do some damage.
Well, yeah. I was a pretty good thrower back then. I'd be like, I launch them all the way on the other side of the street, which was a main street. Boom!
Yep. Yep.
Where did it come from? I'm
Yep.
throwing it over houses and stuff.
How did this get from Halloween to juvenile
Here,
delinquency?
I'll bring it
No,
back.
that's-
I'll bring it back.
I know.
Yeah.
That was the treat. Now we're into the trick part.
Another time.
I'll bring
It's
it back to
the
Halloween.
trick part.
I got one more story. Me and my buddy, same buddy. We're bombing cars and all that, snowballing
Needs
cars.
to
not
get a
bombing
new
cars.
buddy.
So, same thing. We're like in a school field and parking lot, dark. Can't see. So we're throwing stuff, and then somebody pulls in. We're like, oh crap! So we start running. We're running so fast.
Just that run.
Dark. Dark is how you can't see, right? So he might be like a couple feet in front of me. He's running, and I see him bite the dust, like, bam! And I'm like, what the hell? Boom! I got busted. I bit the dust too. Those parking lots where they have the cable going from cement block, cement block? Yeah. We didn't see it running full force, and then he hit it, and then I hit it, and it caught us right in the thighs, man. Boom! Head first, bam! We're just laying there. Thank God, those people
Probably at
were
church a
still
lot. You
chasing us,
deserved
man.
it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man,
trapped.
yeah, that was a long walk home after that.
Bring us back.
Bring us back, Denny.
Well, many years ago, if people remember Bobby the Voice,
Yeah.
I didn't know Bobby the Voice at the time, but at my house, he was actually 2 houses down from me. He lived basically next door. I didn't know. Our kids played together, but I didn't know who Bobby the Voice was
Wow,
at the time.
that's
Yeah,
interesting
sure.
tidbit.
So I set up, and I'm the owner of the electric chair.
Okay, Don.
But I have a guillotine.
I saw you.
I have a guillotine, and I have I had a coffin that I had made. So when the kids would come up to trick or treat, they had to walk in front of the electric chair, under the guillotine, next to the coffin to get their
I
candy.
just did coffin.
Well, one time Dr. Midnight came and visited.
Dr. Midnight was there?
Yep, he came and visited. So he was sitting in the electric chair as kids were walking by. And I remember him telling me that a kid walked by, and there was a Afro-American kid. He walking up, and he looked at Dr. Midnight, and he went, "Oh my God, if that thing's moves, I'm going to turn white." Dr. Midnight moved.
Oh, no.
The kid didn't turn white, but he sprung over some hedges that were probably 3 feet tall, took off running, never seen him again. but yeah, the kids, when they came to my house, had to earn their candy a
I
little
had to
bit.
go through like a gauntlet.
Yeah.
Like Indiana Jones over there.
Yeah.
Arrows.
Yeah, the guillotine may make it one of these years out to Ghoulardi Fest or something. So
Yeah.
I got to do a little bit of work on it to make it.
When he buys his U-Haul truck.
Yeah, that's true because it is tall. Got a blade that works.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah, right next to the electric chair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pick your death.
Yeah.
Pick your death.
People get their
Pick your death or pick your nose.
pick the picture of pick your picture of death.
That's
Yeah.
good. But now though, I quit setting that stuff up and doing that, so it's just that the kids come up and trick or treat. I enjoy seeing the kids coming up and trick or treating, but you have like 2 things of candy or 2 baskets of candy that you give. So the kids that are walking up that like they just have a bag and they're wearing a jacket or something that says boo on it, and I'm trick or treating. There's your couple Smarties or whatever. But the kids that come dressed up, they're getting the good stuff.
They get the under the.
Well, that's like when you saw all the blow up stuff I had, and I do it across the front yard and stuff. Last year, I think I got 7 kids.
Yeah.
The year before that, 13.
They heard about your wife.
Yeah.
Isabel.
It's not like the old days. A lot of things are organized now. So they go to organized events, because it's of safety, which you got to be safe, but they're not quite as much fun.
No, there's a house where my mom lives, and what started out, it's the whole city knows about it now. And I actually wanted us to interview them a couple of times and do a little walkthrough, but they're not interested because I was just told this last year after me bugging them for 4 years in a row. And I finally talked to the mom, and I said, hey, I always try to, drop off information, like to do like a little story. He kind of wants to just keep it low key for the community, because if more people know about it, then more people be coming from, from the other areas, and so he's just trying to keep it just for the little,
Right.
Well, not to
But
give away the location,
anyway,
but what the hell are you talking about?
talking about he does a haunted house
Local
that started out on his front porch, where he would just pick a scene from a horror movie and just you walk up, and it's enclosed porch. He has it all covered up, and it's
Is it
really cool.
robotics?
Sometimes it was cool where you walk in. At one time he did The Exorcist. You walk in, there was a bed with the thing, then the head would spin around, had a little strobe light. It was really neat. Another year he did The Ring, where you got TV.
He said utter.
I always say utter. But then it ended up to where now it was his backyard. He had it all covered up, and you walk through a couple of rooms. Now it takes you 15 minutes to walk through. It's gotten that big. You walk in, and he does all these different things, and it's pretty remarkable, actually.
Remarkable.
Some people really get into that.
Huh?
Some people really get into that.
I know.
We had a few of those up here by where I live. Same thing, and the guy got bigger and bigger every year, and actually expanded to a house across the street. And then after a while, you know, it's like same thing. You know, it's like
There was a
start getting too big and then
Yeah.
shut
there
it down.
was a guy down the street in the 70s, and he had the enclosed porch with the glass and stuff.
And my mom owned a porch company, so
And he put a board there, but it was all animatronics, and the blood would be flowing out of the severed head, and he had a different scene every year. And I always wanted to do that, but then my mom couldn't sew anything.
Our neighbor on the next street when I was growing up, and this is the early 70s or whatever, they did the same thing. They put a whole like fake haunted house facade on the front of their house, and they had the werewolf and Dracula and all these people. It got so many people. I was there watching it the one night with my bike, me and my buddy. So many people gathered around. I got trapped there, and I couldn't get out with my bike because as a kid, you know, nobody would move. So I was real late getting home from work, from being out. You know, the street lights were on, and I like an hour late. My dad was freaking out.
Gotta be
yeah.
on when the street lights are on.
Yeah, I had to be home, but I wasn't.
Messed up now.
I paid the price for that one, but that was a good haunted house there. I mean, the whole fake. I don't even know how they did it. The fake facade like of a house. I don't know where they stored it. I don't know how it was put together. I wish I had some pictures of that thing because it was cool.
oh Jesus God.
Man, you know, sugar high.
Now, you remember there back in the day, you know, and you haven't heard anything about this for a long time, and thank God, you know, it hasn't happened, that it's been broadcast, but people having to take their candy to like an x-ray room or something because people were putting
The famous
blades
razor
in,
blades in an apple.
you know,
that
and
famous
all that stuff, and it's like,
Yeah.
you know,
Pins
Razor
in an
blades and
apple.
hypodermic needles.
Yeah.
yeah,
Popcorn
it
balls.
was like how crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, people gave out popcorn balls the right way. It's like, nah, you are not eating that. You know, it's like
You dump your bag out and use a couple pennies with too. Who
Yeah,
gave me
the
pennies?
pennies.
You know.
That was cool though.
My
but,
mom,
you
the
know,
industrial sewer, would make us tape
pennies.
5 pennies with scotch tape.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, you know, penny candy back
Couldn't
in
you buy
Bowler's
nickels?
yard, you know, you
Well,
could
yeah,
get 5
pennies.
Would've been cheaper to
Any
buy
candy
nickels.
you got for a
Yeah.
penny, maybe 2 for a penny.
Why couldn't you just buy nickels? Saved you a lot of money.
No, she threw all the change in this bourbon bottle with a hole cut in the top. Because we went through a lot of bourbon.
I guess with you as a son.
She owned the bourbon. She owned the bourbon factory.
Her name was.
She owned the
Down the
bourbon
street.
brewery.
Oh boy.
all right. Well,
She just used to use the cardboard boxes to pack them in.
that's our Halloween memories. I don't know what the kids today Halloween memories will be. You know, wearing masks and not even going out as a doctor.
You remember that time Johnny was running down the street and the neighbor shot him in the butt?
I think a lot of kids are probably desensitized to like Halloween. There's there
You know,
things
Halloween,
nowadays what they have access to. It's like nothing really
depending on the
special.
numbers you see, some reports say Halloween's bigger than Christmas.
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
in the
more, yeah.
retail side of things.
The retail and the decoration side,
yeah,
sure.
you know, and it's, you know, this year with the vid, that who knows where it'll shake out or how Christmas will be, but hopefully it'll open up enough where people do that. Maybe
Well,
they'll
it's
see
not
more
this year.
decorations.
Next year, probably blowout. Everything's gonna be blowout next year if this lifts. So.
Hey, but after Halloween might be a good opportunity to pick up some good stuff marked down.
Yeah.
They got some cool stuff out there too. So every year they get something a little bit bigger and a little bit better. They get some cool stuff.
It was always good at Spencer's because then we'd start marking stuff down after Halloween that wouldn't sell, and and then mark down plus my discount.
Yet Denny's trunk was full.
Yeah, stocked up.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
How long have we been rolling?
For a
My
while.
timer
Maybe we
went
should
off.
cut it so we can get another one done,
Hold
huh?
on.
Yeah.
Nutter. Did he say? He said.
Yeah, it's
nutter.
already noon.
Yeah.
Oh, huh.
All right, I gotta go.
Gotta make a copy of something.
I gotta.
If we're gonna be leaving here at 1,
Thing.
we're doing another one.
Yeah, we're about done. So, why don't we all just get up and walk away?
Are we done?
Bye, folks.
Bye.
Happy New Year.
was done.
Bye.
just leave it.
Whoa. Whoa.
That's how we end it now? We just get up and walk away?
I thought it was
That's
done.
what they did.
You got up too.
I was checking the time.
Well.
All right. I'll just wait here for the next one. Oh, shit. What the fuck is this?
Hey, Midnight Maniacs. Terry G here. If you enjoyed this production, why don't you give us a little like down below. And remember, You can watch the Midnight Movie every Saturday at midnight on Spectrum, Cox, and WOW cable stations. And if that's not enough, let's go 24/7 on Roku through the Betamax TV or our webpage, themidnightmovie.net. So remember, subscribe, ring the little bell so you can get notified of every upload. Well, thank you and hope to see you with more from the Midnight Movie.